Hello, 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 hello. How's everyone doing today? Woo, it's Friday. Yeah. Actually, you go over here. There we go. So how's everyone doing today? Hope you're enjoying your, it's the weekend. For some of you, I don't know if it's a Canada-wide thing, but Monday's a holiday for some of you. If you're in the same area as me, maybe, somewhat, sort of. I don't know. It's a civic holiday. So, hey, long weekend for some of you. So yeah, today is Friday. I know we said we'd wrap this up next Tuesday, but here's the thing. I've got a VZBot, well, kit. I got a box of parts that's taken up valuable real estate under my desk here, and I kind of want to start the VZBot build, but prior to that, I need to print the parts for the VZBot build, and I kind of want to print all the parts on this. Because that, you know, two birds, one stone, test this out type thing. So that means I need to finish this. And it's a print and chill Friday. So let's finish this. Sound good? Sound good. So yeah, we're gonna get this up. We're gonna get a print going. And then I'm gonna take this printer, put it in a box, and print ABS on it all weekend. Sounds good. So yeah, so how's everyone doing today? How's everyone doing? Let me check on chat. Oh, so Matt Shammy gifted a community membership. Cheers. Less chill, more deadlines. Sticker boards game. Yeah, I've started putting stickers up there. Mark 4 P1P depends on the user. And then yesterday, I started working on this. So if you're a member of the channel or a Patreon supporter, every month we do a stream that is just, I call it the Only Betcha Yacht Club stream. So it's only supporters of the channel. And we do stuff that normally wouldn't be on stream, like built this. So this is, we got as far as we could. If you watched the stream yesterday, you know what happened. A whole bunch of the parts on this need to be replaced. It's a Blade Runner blaster. It's from Punished Props. A whole bunch of the parts need to be reprinted. A whole bunch of this stuff cracked or doesn't work, and I didn't order the right parts. So there's a reason those streams aren't public. Just a little bit of swearing. But this is where it's at, and it does somewhat work. So this is what we do on those streams. So put that over there for now. X1 or P1S, get the piss. Better bang for your buck, trust me. Get a piss, and then what you do is you just buy the hot end that's hardened, and there you go. What's my fiddlesticks? Martin, $5. Cheers. Hope this one works since yesterday. 38 years young. Ooh, 38. You only got 3 years on me. I'm 35. So, so yeah. So where we left off, we got this built. So if you're wondering about how long, not a long weekend in Quebec, that sucks. Music. Yeah, we'll get the music going. 3 build streams to get this built. So under 9 hours, and that is get a P1P and don't throw the box out. Exactly. Under 9 hours for the build, and that was with doing a stream and being entertaining and dancing for the camera. So build was very easy on this. I will always say, if you want a fun time building a printer, build a Prusa. Their documentation's great, and their kits are just really good kits. So to spoil some of the surprise, this has been powered up. We did power this up at the end of the last stream. However, we never went through anything. So for all I know, my fans are wired up backwards and this thing is skewed 8mm. But we won't know until we actually power it up. So unfortunately, no sparks. Well, fortunately, no sparks, but it means I still need new content for the intro. So it does power up, but we haven't gone anywhere in the calibration. So the plan today is gonna be a nice, clean, simple stream. We're gonna power it up. We're gonna go through the whole auto calibration thingy that this thing does. And then we're going to print something. I've got a spool of the Prusa that came with it, and we'll get to it. So I'm gonna put this like this so I can see what's going on. And then you guys, I don't know if you'll be able to see that. 1 second. Aha, you know what? We'll do this. Yeah. Good old, there we go. Aha. Hey, look, it's that guy. Hi, this is your Prusa. This is your original Prusa Mk4 printer. I would like to guide you through the setup. Continue. Self-test will now begin to check for potential assembly-related issues. Continue. Okay, so we're doing fan checks. We got fan spin. So we got some fan spin. Yay! My microphone peaks a lot. Yeah. I got my noise suppression on. I have the noise suppression. I got the peaking thing on. I haven't changed any settings with the microphone. So, I don't know. Okay, load cell test. We will need your help with this test. You will be asked to tap the nozzle. Don't worry, it will be cold. Continue. Tap nozzle in 5. Oop. Load cell test pass. Okay. Mic is peaking a bit. I haven't changed any settings. I don't know what's going on. Yeah, you sound fine. Okay. During this test, the heat bed and the extruder will move in full range. Okay, so we're checking that. It's really cool. You can see it's got all the values down here. Or no, that's just location. Okay. It's Mk4 quieter than Mk3. They use the same drivers, but I think the motors are quieter, and I think the frame being a bit stiffer on the Mk4 means it'll be a little quieter. Oh, my overlays are off. Oh no! Who was here on the stream yesterday? Hey, who here was on the stream yesterday and didn't have me put the overlays back on? Hey, who was it? Who was it? I told you guys to tell me. Okay, heat break status. Okay, so we are checking nozzle heat up, I think. I told you, okay? This is the thing. If you're on the member stream, you have to remind me when we're done to turn the overlays back on. Disappointed. So we're checking the heat bed. So it's testing all the heaters right now. And I do have numbers, so it is heating up. Looks like it's going all the way up to it's maxing out. We're going to 290 on the hot end and 110 on the bed. So it's pushing it. This is something I would like to see in Clipper. Like when you fire up a Clipper printer for the first time, it would be nice if it did a self-check kind of like this instead of you do it, but you do it manually in Clipper. Or you do a motion test and you check your end stops and all that. It would be nice if there was like a pre-flight baked into Clipper. That would be nice. So, do I fancy testing the new Clipper axis twist compensation thing? Maybe, but that would require I build crooked printers. Actually, I have no idea what it does. I've never even heard that was a thing with Clipper. The gearbox calibration is only necessary for user-assembled or service gearbox. In all other cases, you can skip this. Well, I built it, so I need to continue. Before this process, make sure filament is unloaded from the next extruder. Okay. Okay, no filament. Continue. Okay, rotate each screw counterclockwise by 1.5 turns. The screw should be flush with the cover. Ooh, okay. This is new. The screw should be flush with the cover. Okay. Here we go. Okay. The screw should be open and unlock that. Okay, so that's open and unlock. So the gearbox is going to turn. Okay, it's turning. Okay, so it looks like what this is doing is the planetary gear, it's making sure they're all seated, I think. So you loosen it all up, you let it spin a bunch, which you can see your feed gear is moving, so we're good there. PF Dennis gifted 5 community memberships. Cheers. Is this cam not 14? No, this is only 1080p. This is an A5100. I don't have a 4K camera out here, unfortunately, yet. Which, considering I got an email from the government today, we might be waiting a bit on that camera. Wow, the focus. Tighten the M3 screws firmly in the correct order. Okay. They should be slightly below surface. Do not over tighten. So 1, 2, 3. Okay. So yeah, it was funny. I woke up and I got, I got 2 emails from the government. One of them was a climate action rebate thing, which was great because it means I was going to get money back, which helps offset the, hey, you didn't pay us this much more in taxes, you got to pay more taxes email. So that's, yeah. So if you want to help support the channel, the content I create and the things I do, links in the description. Yay. Okay. Do not over tighten. Continue. Close the idler door. This is calibration done. Okay. Taxation is theft. No, taxation pays for all the services that my government provides. Now, granted, I wish they spent the money better, but I have no problem with taxes that go towards, you know, roads, healthcare, social assistance program, security, you know, all the things governments do. They do need money for that, you know. Wish it was spent better. But this isn't a political stream. My name's not Hasanabi, so we're not getting into that. Okay, we need to start. Okay, we need to start without filament in the extruder. Please make sure there's no filament in the extruder. No filament in the extruder. Continue. Is filament in the filament sensor? No. Okay, so I gotta put filament in it. Okay, so for the filament, we've got Prusa Mk4. Why Prusa Mk4? Because that's what they sent. Now, apparently, you don't get a full box of Prusa Mk4 anymore. They didn't plan on doing full boxes because, fun fact, these ship separately, and they cost money to ship, and it's not worth it. Or whatever, they deemed it's not, it's too much money, apparently. Shipping is expensive. So you get samples now. But they screwed up for the first couple people that ordered it, or like couple days or whatever that it was online, where they had it listed that you got the filament. So you still got the filament. They ate the cost on that. Wasn't just fishing. Well, what it is in Canada, we have the Canada Revenue Agency has a portal where you have like a government ID and whatnot, and you access your government, like any email from the government through that. Usually it's just taxes and whatnot. You log in once a year and you have to reset your password every time because you always forget it because it needs to be a stupid password. But I got an email to my email reminding me of that email. So, okay. So that goes there. We'll put it through our thing. Okay. So insert the filament into the extruder until the sensor detects filament. Filament inserted. Press continue. Remove filament to finish. Filament sensor calibrated. The self-test failed to finish. Double check the printer's wiring access, then rerun the self-test. What? What do you mean the self-test failed to finish? Z-axis. Oh, we never got the Z-axis. The self-test failed. Details below. Use scroll knob to continue. Okay, so we have failures in the X and the Z axis. The X moved. Okay, let me turn this off and check our wiring. Did I forget to plug something in? It's the problem with the cover on the right of the extruder. What cover? What do you mean the cover? Is it like not going too far? Is it? I'll check in a second. Let me just open this up here. Check the plate. Yeah, I moved it a little bit. It looks like it might have been hitting. I just want to make sure my Z is wired up. Because I don't know if it doesn't do the Z if the X doesn't work. Okay, let's see here. Yeah, everything's wired up. I'm going to leave this box off for now. Okay. Steve had the same issue. A lot of people have the issue with the X-axis right side cover. Okay. So is it just okay? Continue. Okay, so it's got to go through it all again. Okay. When will you get confirmation? I don't know exactly when. Sometimes it takes a little bit, but they will confirm after a bit. If zip ties are facing the power supply, they will touch. No, we should be okay. Whoop. Okay, there goes the Z. Okay, so tap the load cell. I love that. Make sure the load cell works. Okay. Okay, so it did that. Okay, so it's checking the X-axis. Okay. Now it's going, it should hit the other side, right? Okay, now I got a check mark. Now I got a check. So yeah, it might have been the cover. The cover was ever so slightly like that, so it was impacting this. So that might have been it. There we go. Yeah, that was it. It was just, it was a little bit of an ID, a pepcac error. Yeah, just a little bit of a pepcac error. And now it's doing the heat ups thing. Okay. Spanked an extruder. Probably shouldn't do this while it's on, but whatever. No, you don't have. Back to work. Take care. I'm actually really looking forward to tomorrow. I am really looking forward to tomorrow. Who here knows what we're doing tomorrow? And if somebody doesn't take that setup and run with it, I'm gonna be disappointed. Got the VZBot kit? Yeah, it's right there. It's been. I've had the VZBot kit since for like 2 weeks now, but the VZBot is taking over for this on Tuesdays. Did I see the 50? Did I see that? Did I miss a 50? Shit. Shit. 1 second. Who was that? RJ, 50. Cheers for taxes and stuff. Cheers. I'm gonna need it. I kind of had a feeling because I did my taxes myself, and I did turbo sexy. Well, I do it every year, and I'm like, I think I owe more than this. I don't think I was able to write off as much as I did, but we'll see. And I sent it, and they're like, TurboTax, like, you owe the government this much. So I cut the government a check for that, and it's like, I underestimated a bit. Not a crazy amount, but it's always, you know, not great to owe more than you thought. Okay, gearbox alignment. Continue. Okay, I'm just gonna leave it because I already did it. So I'm just gonna leave it because we already did the alignment thing. So I'm just gonna. You're raiding tomorrow. Ooh. Are you going to go to Molten Core and take on Ragnaros? Yeah, Polymaker build. I am looking really forward to the Polymaker build. This is guys who made it. I will run it at whatever the default profiles are. Okay, once that's done, I can close the door. Is it still running? Yeah. Close the door. Okay. Is there filament in the sensor? No. In progress. Insert filament. Filament sensor is now calibrated. That was easy. Okay. Self-test. Okay. Woo. Money for the tax man, Josh. $5. Cheers. There we go. Happy printing. Continue. Woo. It's alive. Okay. Use the online guide to set up your Wi-Fi. Let's set up the Wi-Fi. I go on water cooled. I'm going air cooled. I am not a huge fan of water cooling printers. What is going on? All the pop-ups. Okay. So QR code. Cool. Set up Wi-Fi. I am okay with that. Wi-Fi, continue to flash the ESP firmware. Continue. Updating Wi-Fi, okay. Wait, what? Nathan! Oh, geez. Gifted 50 community memberships. Cheers, Nathan. So everyone who's now a member, hi, at the last week of the month or the second last week, depends. We do a members only live stream. So y'all get to hang out in that now. Hi, Jal in Area 52. What the? I stopped playing WoW like a week into Burning Crusade. So right now we are updating the Wi-Fi module. So this is going to be popping up for a bit here, folks. 50 lucky dudes. Hey, there might be some dudettes here. Although, according to the YouTube metrics, if there's 50, last I checked, 1.5 of you are dudettes. Because this is a tech channel on YouTube. According to YouTube, it's a sausage fest. Okay, USB drives not detected. Insert USB drive first. Okay. Where did I put the USB drive that came with this printer? Hopefully I still have it. That would have been something to put separate. I know I have it. I've seen it. I'm just wondering if I put it in a different box. Okay, it's not in this one. Not in this one. Oh, I got some alcohol wipes. Okay. Well, I'll put the alcohol wipes here. Okay, I know it's around here somewhere. I know it's around here somewhere. I know it's around. I probably should have paid better attention where I put that. Oh, here we go. Aha! Aha! Found it! A data. Ooh, fancy. Okay. Generate Wi-Fi credentials. Yes. Success. Remove the drive, edit the file in PC. Okay. Prusa printer settings. There we go. Okay. My Wi-Fi is... What is my router called? What did I call the router out here? Update the printer firmware, you may dig. Yep, I'm gonna update it all, don't worry. Okay. Okay. Girls Gone Wi-Fi. Make sure, okay, continue. Uploading config to the printer, please wait. This is finished, okay. Please wait, loading the last file on the USB. Okay, so how do I update the firmware? Prusa Mk4 firmware. Actually, so let's go back. So right now, version info, firmware. I'm running 4.6.4. Okay. So we are on 4.7.2. Okay, download. So here's the thing. Yes, I know there's new firmware with input shaper and all that jazz. The thing is, I'm going to be running this stock for a bit to make sure everything works before we start playing with experimental firmwares. Because we're judging this printer based on how it ships, right? So part of that is it ships with stock firmware. So we're going to update the stock firmware, but we're still going to only use the standard one. So, okay. So how do you update the firmware on this? Do you just put it on an SD card? So the firmware that's on here is from June, which isn't that old, but still we're on a new version. So, downloads. You patch it from Prusa Slicer. Oh, yeah, that's right. Prusa Slicer. Okay. Yeah, let me download the newest Prusa Slicer here. That's right, you do it through Prusa Slicer. It'll detect the firmware on the stick. Okay, let's see if we can do it through the stick then. Extract all. Copy. Paste. Okay. Let's see if this works. Ugh. Okay, so please loading the last file on the USB. So I'm assuming if you do a reboot, is that when it reads it? Okay, let's reboot. See if that reads it. Okay, Prusa Slicer is downloaded. Let me install that. I know I have Orca Slicer, but again, we're running this printer. Oh, here we go. It's updating the firmware. Flash. Checking. So yeah, you just download the newest firmware, you extract it, you put the actual file on your thumb drive and you plug it in. And it's flashing. Steve put, okay, if Steve put the newest version, I'm not putting alpha on here. I'm running this stock for now because we just built it. The worst thing you can do with a newly built printer is either install community mods on it or install experimental firmware. Run it fresh and run it in a known good configuration before you start, you know, fucking with it. Because that's, you know, if you run into a problem, then you've added another thing into it that could be causing that problem. Always run it stock at first. Don't forget to update the X1C firmware. Yeah, I know. Oh, I got to take the X1C apart. Next Friday's stream is probably going to be doing a bunch of little maintenance because the stupid bed cable on that thing's giving out again. Because, you know, proprietary non-user serviceable parts are the best way to design a high-speed printer that's subject to wear and tear. Okay, let's install Prusa Slicer. Next, install. Okay. Oop. Okay, so that is that. Let's load filament. Okay, so filament. Load filament. We're gonna load some PLA. So we're waiting for it to get up to temperature. Let me, you know what? We're gonna take, you know what? We're gonna leave on this plate. I've got the satin plate and I'll use the satin plate when we start printing ABS. But I'm gonna use the smooth plate. Wow, they give you the beefiest ISO white. This thing is soaked in ISO. They do not cheap. Joe doesn't cheap out with the, this thing's, it's dripping in ISO. It's a one-time use. One change at a time. Okay, I'm gonna reset my overlay because that, you don't hear it, but it makes a beeping noise every time it does that. Okay, is color correct? Yes. Okay, return. We're just gonna do a demo print. Is there a demo print? Rocket engine? I don't want to do the rocket engine. Oh, there's no quick demo print on this. Okay, cool. Let me return. Let me set up the Wi-Fi. Okay. Let me set up the Wi-Fi here so I can drag files onto it. Where is it? I'm trying to remember, how do you connect to the Wi-Fi on this thing? Settings. Okay. Make sure I don't leak any of my info here. Network. Okay, there's my IP address. Okay, so it is on the Wi-Fi. Prusa link, Prusa connect. So Prusa link, Prusa link. Prusa link. I'm trying to remember how to do this. I had, oh wait, I had it on my phone. That's right, that's right. Hopefully you can't read any of that info. Okay, setting up the Wi-Fi. Okay, so we've done that. Settings, network, Wi-Fi, set up Wi-Fi, hit continue. We've done that. Put the settings in that. Okay, cool. Loading the config file. We've done that. Obtaining the IP address. Okay, so I got the IP address. So I plug it into here. Okay, settings. Settings, network, IP4 address. There we go. Okay. Save. Okay, so there we go. Okay, so now I go to Prusa link. User is maker. Password is super annoying because it's really long. There we go. Okay, I'm connected to the printer. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay. So there's Prusa slicer. Next. So we got a Prusa Mk4 with a standard nozzle. Next. 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 All the filament. All the filament. Next. Expert mode. Finish. There we go. Okay, so what are we gonna print? Are we gonna do a Cali Dragon? Are we gonna do a Benchy? What do you guys want to print first? What are we gonna print first? Still have that next extruder adapter. Cheers. I'm actually gonna try and reach out to E3D and see if I can get the Obsidian one. But I forgot about that. What are we gonna print? What are we gonna print? What are we gonna print? I want something NeuroCube. We can do the NeuroCube. Dragon, dragon, dragon. Yeah, we'll do the Cali Dragon. Okay, we'll do the Cali Dragon. Full bed. I've already done the full bed thing. NeuroCube. Okay, we'll do the NeuroCube. Because that way we'll do the NeuroCube and then we'll do a long print after. Okay, so print settings, 0.2 speed. We are printing Prusa Mk4. Okay, maybe I shouldn't have put all the filaments here. Prusa Mk4 PLA, Mk4 nozzle, supports done, infill, slice now. Okay, export G code. Do I got a prints file? I don't. Okay, I'm just gonna put in downloads. Save. Okay. Okay, uploading the file. Add a physical printer. I can do that. I'll do that in a bit. I'm just getting it going right now. Okay. Does that print? File details, delete, download. Okay, I wanna, okay, there we go. Start print. There we go. Robot alpaca. Yeah, I printed it last time I had a Mk4. Remember, this is the first time I've had a Mk4. Somebody lent me their Mk4. So I've already printed with a Mk4 before. We've already played with a Mk4 on stream. But that was a pre-assembled one. I'm gonna set up Prusa Connect. I don't know. For now, I think I'm just going to use Prusa link and just kind of run it as is. Load cell monitor. Well, apparently you'll be able to buy an extruder assembled unit in the future. Like they'll have it as an available thing. And I foresee a bunch of people putting these in printers because it is a really nice tool head. And it shouldn't be too hard to modify something like this to be compatible with most printers. I mean, heck, technically this is Voron compatible. with a mount because there's nothing behind it, right? So on a Voron, you can't really put like an EVA. You can, but you lose y-axis travel because an EVA envelops the X rod. So this, you probably could damn near drop this on a Voron. You would just need the cables coming out of the top, which there's plenty of room up top. Actually, now that I think about it, how big is a stealth burner? So a stealth burner from the rod, okay, from the rail to the front of a stealth burner is 75 millimeters roughly. This is under 70. You probably could drop this on a Voron. You'd have to shift your bed to the left because the nozzle isn't centered. But you, with a different mount, you probably could drop this on a Voron. I don't see why you wouldn't be able to. Like, I legit don't see. The only thing is load cells with clipper. I don't know how this load cell will work with clipper because I don't know if there's anything in the controller board in terms of circuitry that you need to convert the load cell signal into a usable signal that you need for clipper to understand. That's the thing. Like, I don't know if it would be a drag and drop type of thing, like if it would plug it in and read it just like an end stop or what. That's something I don't know. I don't know why the put one on the Voron one. That would actually be kind of cool, the V1. What isn't kind of cool is why this camera is looking like poo-poo. Yeah, man. In terms of frame rate, we don't need no frame rate. A Revo adapter. The thing is, I don't know if you'd be able to screw a Revo into this because you would, remember the heatsink is a machined unit and I don't know how close it is because it's that long because it has the feed tube built into it. So you would need a dummy feed tube above the Revo. The Revo's not long enough. Analog signals from thermistor, I bet there was a way to get it working. Yeah, because here's the thing. This is cool, 1 second. Tune. Let me see if I can find it here. Sound mode, fan check, user interface, network, time zone, offset, info. Okay, sensor info. This is cool. You can see a live readout of the load cell. You can see the load cell value. It is reading, you are getting values from that load cell several times a second. And you could see when it lifts up and whatnot. So you could see when, like, you can live read the values on that load cell. So that means you can detect how much force the filament's pushing down on it. You can detect how much force the bed is pushing up on it. You can detect if you hit a bump. You can detect when you're not pushing on anything. Hey, your extruder jammed. Like, you get a full live readout of every value that load cell is kicking out when it's printing. Now, here's the problem with Clipper. Clipper is batch commands. I don't know if Clipper can process this at the same time, or if it would just be like a yes/no switch, like a limit, like an end stop, like yes/no value, and you have a minimum for it to reach. But still, the fact that they can actively read that load cell opens up a ton of possibilities on what they can implement with that info. Have they implemented it? I'm sure they're playing around with stuff. What makes the Prusa so reliable is because the frame, base plate are most solid, square from the factory. It's just a combination. It's yes, it's a bed flinger is a simplistic design. I mean, they use it in multi-million-dollar CNCs. There's nothing wrong with having the bed move. You just got to build it right. But you know, the machine is well thought out. It's simple, but it's not like simple to the point of like failure, like some of the cheap lower end V-wheel bed flingers. And the company takes the time to test stuff. Like we put this thing together, and it's now, you know, perfect first layer. I didn't have to adjust the thing. There's no Z offset with this. you just build it. You run a calibration. It goes, oh hey, this might be wrong. Fix it, and then it goes, okay, I'm gonna print now, and it's printing fine. I haven't had to do anything. Like out of the box, you slap it together and it prints. Can't really complain about that. Load cell usage on the Clipper discourse. Cool. I am not in there. I am on way too many discords. I'm not even on discourse. That's a website, right? Yeah, adaptive probe area is nice. Yeah, Clipper has an equivalent. It's called CAMP or PAM or whatever. There's a few different versions. So the plan is, I need to find a box that this fits in. Because I'm going to basically, as soon as we're done this stream, I've got 5 spools of ABS filament here. Or actually, no, you know what? We gotta figure that out now. What color are we printing the VZ bot in? So here's the thing. I'm building a VZBot 330. Okay, shoot, who sent me the kit? I don't have it on the sticker. I'm trying to find the website for it. Where are you? Why aren't you giving me the full usernames? I don't have Noctua colors. Blue and yellow, purple. Well, here's the thing. It's a silver frame. So 1 second here. I'm just trying to find. Let's pull up freaking ABS slate gray, pink. I could do. Although to be fair, I'm saving pink for the annex build. Okay, so this is a VZ bot. Well, obviously we're not building this kit, but there are printed parts. A lot of it is machined, but there are printed parts. So there is printed parts that I need to print. I don't think there's a ton of them. But I do need to print it, and it's silver. So here you go. This is a VZBot 3. So this is what we're building, but the frame is silver, okay? So LTT Lambo colors. So I've got a bunch of colors here. I've got Galaxy Purple. I've got Pop. I was honestly thinking Pop Green ASA from Polymaker. Which, speaking of Polymaker, if you want to win a spool, we give away a spool every stream. Link in the video description. Also, I do have Galaxy Dark Gray. I've got dark gray, black, green, black. I got a lot of black. Natural. Oh wait, no, that's the dissolvable stuff. I don't know what's in here. Pop green. Yeah, I'm thinking green. Yeah, I was thinking the pop green. So I'm like, I don't have a green printer. What is he? What are you? Oh, you're orange. Boring. Yeah, Pop Green ASA. me, I'm opening it correctly. Blue. Ah. Although we did do some, yeah. So silver frame with this for the printed parts. Hot green. Oh, I did green on the rat rig. The rat rig's green. Maybe not green. I do have dark gray. Galaxy dark gray. Which is almost like a black. Yeah. The rat rig is super green. Do I have purple? I can do purple. I got Galaxy purple ABS, Polylight ABS. Yeah, we'll do purple. Silver and purple. Oh yeah, Galaxy purple. Galaxy purple. Yeah, Galaxy purple. There we go. So what's gonna happen is this printer is gonna go on this shelf once I clear it off. I'm gonna put a box over it with stick a webcam in there, and it's gonna print VZBot parts all weekend. Literally, like fresh out of the box, I'm gonna put this to use printing printer parts for a printer I'm gonna start building Tuesday. Like that's kind of what I expect out of a Prusa. Now, to be fair, why aren't you working? To be fair, you know, hello? Hello? Computer? Are you still plugged in? No, you're plugged in. There we go. Okay, I had to stop OBS. Okay, so to be fair, the Bamboo does the same thing. That I just told it to print all the parts for the V0 we built, and it just works. Like having a printer that just comes out of the box and just works isn't as rare as it used to be, which is a good thing. It's like right now I'm seeing I'm on Twitter, which is a hive of scum and villainy, and you have Prusa and you have Thangs, and they're duking it out for trying to be subscription platforms. Because right now, if you're like a content creator, and the thing with being a content creator, donations are great or all, but regular subscribing members are even better. So you see Patreon supporters for people that do CAD models, like, you know, Fotis Mint, Chelsea, all of them, they have, you know, subscribed to my Patreon, but that's a separate site. So now you have Thangs and Prusa, where they're trying to get people to move to their site so you can host their models there, you know, because you get more promotion, they pay money, blah, 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 blah. Because, you know, hosting an STL site is basically a money pit. So it's nice to have some sort of revenue system in there. So now they're both fighting to try and get people to, you know, sell your models on our site. No, sell your models on our site. You know what that means? You win, especially if you're the creator, because there's going to be more incentive for you to pick one or the other. It's always good when companies are fighting for your money and your time, because usually that is good for the consumer. Because, you know, what happens when everyone just, you know, there's only one dominant site? You get Thingiverse, and you get a slew of shitty V-wheel bed flingers. But now, there's competition in the market, which means it's good. Yes, fight! And make better things for me. 4 cores for 10 years, exactly. My wife's computer's got an i5 2500K. Guess what? It's still plenty fine for what she uses it for. Capitalism, exactly. Chelsea's leaving Patreon. I know, I gotta switch over to Thangs for her. We like Chelsea. Well, look at 3D printing. For the longest time, 3D printing was pretty stagnant, where it was download your models off Thingiverse and you printed them on your V-wheel bed flinger. It's good to have a shakeup every now and then. It's good to have a shakeup every now and then. Kind of realign the market. The problem is when that market aligns in a way that's kind of anti-consumer in the long run, with, you know, limited user serviceability and paywall features, and, you know, which haven't come yet to hardware machines, but you know it's coming. You know hardware, you know it's coming, and, you know, data scraping and all that. So, which, if you want to hear rants about that, tomorrow, or not tomorrow, Sunday, I'm on a stream with Grant, 3D Musketeer. I'm on his show. So if you're not subscribed to him, go subscribe to Grant, because I'm on his show on Sunday. I don't know what we're actually talking about. I have no idea, but I'm on there. So it'll be 1 p.m. Eastern, I believe. Subscription fee for the heated bed. Well, here's the thing. Data isn't cheap. And providing network connectivity for webcam monitoring, print uploading, whatever, that doesn't make money. You know, it might bring people to your platform, but then once they're on your platform, it's costing you money. So, hey, if you want to stream your webcam over our app for more than 1 FPS or more than, you know, 360p, well, you know, we're just throwing that $2.99 a month for the premium webcam feed. Because you know it's coming. You know it's coming. You know, I know it's coming. You know it's coming. So make sure you like that smash button. How's this coming along? Wow, it's printing a cube fine. I'm allergic to subscriptions. I know. You know, it's why I don't play games on my phone. I can't stand phone games because of that, where everything's just cookie clicker money grab. Which okay. I want to try Baldur's Gate 3. I'm tempted to buy it, but I'm really afraid of what will happen to my schedule if I do. I've heard very good things. Yeah. Don't support Wizards of the Coast. Yeah, but it's I'm not buying Magic cards. I like a lot of people. I'm seeing a lot of good things about Baldur's Gate, because hey, it's nice when the developer goes, hey, just so you know, there's no in-app purchases and there's no, you know, DLC. Like, the game is the game. Here you go, buy it. It's yours. It's everything. Baldur's Gate character creator. Yeah, Baldur's Gate is not Wizard of the Coast. Wizard of the Coast is Magic. Baldur's Gate is Dungeons and Dragons. Which, who owns Dungeons and Dragons? Who owns Dungeons and Dragons? Oh, it is Wizards of the Coast. Oh, well, that sucks. Oh well, guess what? I really don't care. Well, they own the license for D&D. That's like everyone who was boycotting the Harry Potter game because of what's her name being a crazy psycho bitch. It's like she has nothing to do with it. This was a game studio. All they do is they have the IP. On the Acre Marine M5C, I don't know. They're sending me one. I'll let you know when it shows up. Yeah. I purposely didn't watch Joel's stream about it or any content on it. You know, there was a bunch of content on it that was sponsored. If you notice, a bunch of channels that don't really do 3D printing, but like are larger tech channels like Jerry Rig Everything, they, on the day that came out, had sponsored content about that. So I purposely didn't watch anything about the Anchormate M5C because I'm waiting on mine to show up, and then we will unbox it live and see how that goes. They're still profiting. Everyone profits off everything. Like, it is what it is. If you want to complain about people profiting off everything, then you got to complain about the government, because guess what? Company pays taxes that go to the government, so the government profits off everything. So don't buy or support anything, you know. I really want to finish this blaster though, which I was talking with, I'm gonna get some Peopoly resin, or not Peopoly, Soriatec blue and their build stuff to reprint a bunch of stuff on here that cracked and whatnot, because I really want this to be functional. And by functional, I mean there's a few parts that move on it, but it's, half of it's broken and cracked, so that don't do anything. How fast is it printing? It's printing on the 0.2 speed profile. Their videos were big. That's because it's a sponsored video. Here's the thing. I've been noticing this a lot with other companies. I should have talked about this on Grant's stream. The 3D printing market, in my opinion, is already saturated. Those that are already involved in 3D printing already have their biases and their recommendations and the companies they like and whatnot. So if you are a company that's trying to come into 3D printing, except for your initial wave of printer, like your initial wave of promotion, there's no point to try keep promoting within the same. So I've noticed that company, Bamboo, I've recently seen them being promoted a lot on FPV channels. FPV channels and non 3D printing but tech channels. So Tested with Adam Savage also has a Bamboo, because there's no point in Bamboo promoting to 3D print people anymore, because they've already got their segment of the existing 3D printing market. So now they're branching out into other markets. Anchor's doing the same thing. It makes sense, because you've already got your captive audience, you've already got your dedicated audience. They already know about your platform. So why would you keep promoting to the same people? You need to promote to a wider audience. You need to also diversify, because the 3D printing market isn't growing like it was during the pandemic. If anything, I think it's on a downturn, at least at home hobbyists. Yeah, don't watch this stream because I profit from. Wait, no, watch the stream. Like the smash button. Become a channel member. Ring the bell. Do the thing. Trying to push in RC planes. I've got lightweight PLA from Polymaker printed fine. A little stringy, but it is what it is. All foaming filaments are kind of stringy. How do you become a channel member? If you're watching on your computer, there's a little money sign. You click it and you become a channel member. It's like $2 a month. You get to hang out on the super secret channel on the Discord that doesn't exist except for those that are channel members, and it's hidden and it's secret. And every month we do a members only live stream. RC airplane. It's lightweight PLA, Morton. It already exists from a bunch of different companies already. Like I've had some of the Polymaker stuff for over a year. Anything about the flow rate on the Mark IV hot end? On this, I would expect it to be in the same range as a Revo. This is a i3 platform. Unless you're putting like a big fat 1mm nozzle on here, you're probably not hitting the speeds and feeds that require a like Rapido-esque flow rate. You can always put the adapter on here and put a CHT if you want a bit more oomph out of it. Plus, I'm sure it wouldn't be too hard to, you know, get some sort of volcano-esque setup in this. Like the advantage of this kind of setup, there's no Z switch or anything, right? So if you put a longer nozzle, it just homes to a longer nozzle. It's like a Voron, right? It's like a Voron with tap. You don't have to do anything if you change the nozzle out or the hot end out in terms of offsets and everything. It just works. New hot end for the Mark IV is too high. Like a standalone, like it comes with the hot end. What do you mean the cost is too high? Can you test the well, I don't have a Volcano CHT to do that with. But is the Ultimate? Yes. Tomorrow night, the Ultimaker original build So make sure you don't miss out, because we are building a 2011 era Polymaker original, wood and all. Like I've got it right here. I am super excited. There you go. There's the controller for it. And there's the brains, because it's an Arduino Mega. It's a real Arduino Mega too. They didn't cheap out back in, although I think this revision of the kit's from 2011 or 2014. So I've seen some 2014 dates on here, on something, I can't remember what. But it is an original. Not even I don't even have a heated bed on this thing. This doesn't even have the heated bed. It's an Polymaker original. The nozzle visibility. Yeah, like I will say, honestly, the best part of the Mark IV, in my opinion, is the extruder. That's why I'm a big proponent that if you have a Mark III kicking around, what you should do with it, hopefully in the nearest future, you'll be able to buy extruder tool heads. I'm really hoping Prusa sells this as its own thing. The only thing is you would need a wiring loom that's compatible with the Mark III, because this has like an on-block, like 20 pin or whatever. So either rewire it, which yeah, you could. There's no thinky think on this. All the board is on here is a breakout board. So you could just, wire it all in. If you're okay rewiring it all yourself, you could just, strip and crimp all the wires, put microfits in, and just run your own loom if you really wanted to. I don't think you need the tool head board, unless maybe for the load cell. I don't know. I don't know how the wiring is. Somebody who knows more about electronics would need to comment on it. If you actually need that tool head board, or if it's just an adapter board, basically. Kind of like how some of the Voron kits have those, like the LDO kits have that breakout board that just simplifies the wiring a bit. But honestly, extruder, put a Pi 02 on the controller board and put clipper on it. That's all I would do with a Mark III. If I had a Mark III and I wanted to upgrade it, I would put a Pi 02 in it, upgrade that to clipper, so now your firmware is clipper, and put an extruder on it. That would probably get you the biggest bang for your buck upgrade that you can get on a Mark IV. Yeah, that's what I would say. But you would need to be able to get the extruder standalone for that, which not right now. The INZ can use a load cell. I'm sure it could, because I don't know if the load cell is like, that's the thing. Like, I don't know about the wiring and whatnot. Like, would the load cell just be an on-off switch at that point that you calibrate? I don't know. Is the nozzle making holes in the plate? No, it puts little. It touches the PEI and puts a little divot. That's why you run a textured plate. I've been running. Okay, for those worried about the divots in the bed, okay, Voron Tap uses like 800 grams of force. Voron Tap comes down with the force of 1,000 suns compared to the load cell on this. And I don't see any divots in my bed, but I run textured beds. If you run the sticker PI, you'll probably see divots. But if you're running, textured PI, you'll probably never see the divots. Like, Voron Tap taps the bed. It hits the bed. Like, this thing is way more sensitive than Voron Tap. And if you're running a textured bed, Voron Tap doesn't damage it. So that's why I'm not worried about divots in the bed. Volcano CHE can 75 millimeters cubed per second. That is a lot of filament. Way over concerned about the tapping nozzle. They are, like, when this first came out, I frequent a few different Discords and forums and whatnot about 3D printing, and I saw some people like doomsday culting the divots in the bed, and I'm like, that's nothing. That honestly, I don't know about you, but I've done more damage to my bed with a freaking spatula than that nozzle ever will. So I'm like, whatever. I really don't care. Plus, again, I run textured beds. I'm only running the sticker on here for this first print, then I'm putting the satin sheet on. So I really don't care about an itty bitty divot in an area of the bed that I don't print on, because it's over here, which is off the the print area. Yeah, Jonathan, I have a Mark IV. It's 100% not a problem. Exactly. I've done more damage removing parts than tap. Exactly. Like, as I've said, I have done more damage to a PI sheet with a spatula removing a print than tap or load cell will ever do. So I'm like really not concerned. This is nice and quiet. There's a little bit of noise. Obviously, it is a CNC platform essentially. 3D printers are, at the end of the day, a budget CNC platform, and anytime you have movement, you do have noise, especially, you know, with these kind of motion systems, and you have gears, and you have, you know, the filament spool. But in terms of like, I got a fan over there blowing, it's louder than this printer. Put a sock on that nozzle. They don't have socks. Prusa doesn't ship this with a sock. The dents are a non-issue. Oh, I know. People got to be angry about something. Oh, this is cool. There we go. Estimated time done, 12:54. Printing time, 33 minutes left. Or there's remaining time. Yeah, this isn't printing super fast. Again, we're not running the beta, the alpha firmware on it. We're just running the stock firmware for now. I will be doing, maybe next weekend or next Friday, I'll put the alpha firmware on here and we'll try out the alpha firmware. Worth 2 more than the clones. Part quality, support, and just, you know you're getting something that it's not as much of a risk. I've got a SPOOL SV06. Like, yeah, they are both pretty much the same functional printer, but you know, if you've ever held a SPOOL or any of those lower end machines, and then you take a look at the build quality and the part component quality is a big thing. The bearings on here are a heck of a lot better than the bearings on a SPOOL. Like there are differences. That's like buying, you know, that's like comparing, you know, well, I've got my Toyota, my 99 Honda Civic here, and I've got my brand new, you know, Subaru Impreza here. You know, they both got 4 tires, they both got an engine, they both seat 5 people. They do the same thing. Well, yes, but no. Like, there are differences. Upgraded to it with Mark IV current upgrade hit? No. Mark IV seems everyone has agreed. Well, not everyone. PC Van, okay. Be careful with words, because now you're implying stuff, because not everyone is agreed. Is this an expensive printer? Yes. Is it overpriced? Yes, no. Depends on the market, depends on the user, depends on the budget. I know if I was running a company where, hey, I run a shop, I need to rapid prototype stuff, and these are my use cases, this is a valid machine for me. Or I'm a school or whatever. Because, hey, you know, I worry about things like user serviceability. I worry about things like upgradability. Like, as somebody who's been playing around, I've got the Cheaties, I've got the Bamboo, I've got a K1 on the way. All this new wave of high-speed enclosed Core XYs, those machines are screwed the moment you're out of warranty, okay? You're screwed the moment. A Bamboo warranty is 1 year in the US, I believe, 2 years in EU. Creality and Cheaty, I'm not 100% sure on. But the fact that, like, hey, your bearings in your XY joint, they're formed in. You're not replacing those bearings. You have to completely disassemble the machine. If I was running a shop where I had 20 of these, or a school where I have students, has anyone worked in a computer lab at a school? How good do students take care of the computers? If I was running a computer lab, or a lab in a high school or a college where we had a bunch of printers, okay, that kids, let's be honest, teenagers, had their hands in, okay, you want to be able to swap. I can swap out this bearing in a couple minutes. I can swap out a bearing on my Voron in a couple minutes. Look up the procedure to swap out the XY bearing on a Bamboo X1. Like, just because a machine may not be for you does not mean it's not for anyone, and you shouldn't think that way. So, oh, is David here? Hi, David. Is David here? Where's David? I don't see David. Why are you saying hi, David? Unless it was a different David. Anyways, now here's the thing. If you're just, you know, if you're just in your basement and you just want to print one thing every now and then, and you print less than a spool a month, because that's what the majority of people do. Yeah, Bamboo P1S makes perfect sense for you. You know, those machines make a lot of sense. You get a lot of bang for your buck. But, you know, hey, I run a print farm. I need to print a bunch of stuff. I know a lot of people have recently put print farms up, you know, set up print farms running Bamboo machines. That's great. I worry in a year when your warranties expire and bearings start going. That's what I worry about, because now you have 20 machines where it's an all-day project to replace one XY bearing. That's what I kind of worry about, is the long-term support. These machines that require internet connections and servers in the cloud to use all the functions of the printer. What's going to happen in 3 years? You know, I can't update the firmware on my Tico because Tico doesn't exist as a company anymore. Like, that's kind of what I worry about. It's right now, there's a ton of great options, but how are those going to be in the long term? Like, that's what kind of worries me. Prusa, if I buy this, I know in 5 years, I'll be able to get replacement parts for this and support and updated firmware for it in 5 years. Can you say that about a cheaty machine? Can you say that about a Bamboo? Bamboo hasn't even been around for 2 years. Hey. Now, Bamboo does have their statement where, hey, if the company folds, we'll open source our designs. That's not up to them. That's up to the people that buy their assets. Because if your company folds, usually you owe money to somebody, a bank, investment. Are you helping? Here, come over here. And usually it's those creditors that get to decide what happens to your assets. So, yeah, is the printer printing? So it's taking the filament, it's going into there, and it's melting it, and it's making something. Is that cool?
Is that?
That's filament.
And in there?
Yeah. And then it melts it. It's really hot. Ooh, don't touch. Yeah, it spins. And then it's making something, so don't touch. Ooh, don't touch. I know you want to touch. Okay, you're gonna unwind it. Is that cool?
Yeah.
Yeah, and then it makes something. Oh, here.
Gummies.
You want gummies?
Yeah!
There you go. So yeah, so don't be so quick to go, oh, hey, this machine's overpriced and it's not for anyone and Prusa is dead. Like, the amount of people that I've seen that said Boron is dead now that Bamboo exists, or these other high-speed Core XY machines. I shouldn't just keep saying Bamboo. You say hi to everyone? Okay, here, go take your gummy inside and show mom. Here, go give this to mommy. Hey, you give this to mommy? Go give that to mommy. Okay, go. There you go. But yeah, the amount of people I saw, I've seen it on several forums and Discords that are like, oh, you know, now that Bamboo exists, or that, again, I shouldn't keep saying Bamboo, but these high-speed enclosed Core XY machines exist. Boron's dead. Yes, the proprietary commercial off-the-shelf machine that competes against a completely self-sourced DIY open source machine in completely different markets for completely different clients. Yeah, they compete one-to-one. It's like the 3D printing market is more than just you in your basement printing whatever the meme print of the month on Reddit is. How do you 3D print ABS faster? Turn up the heat and a hotter enclosure. Not requiring a network connection is a benefit for IT. That is a huge thing. Talk to any business, especially there has been a drastic increase with ransomware, cyber attacks, third-party companies, countries invading networks. Like, network security is a huge thing in the corporate world right now. The last thing you want is a hole in your network. Go to any big company, go to their IT guy, go, hey, can I connect this Internet of Things device to your network that connects to a cloud and takes firmware updates from a server overseas? Can I put this on our network? What do you think the IT person is going to say? I didn't even say a printer. Okay, watch the LTT video on Android boxes. Okay, and now realize that everyone is getting all in on Clipper. Okay, that's what I worry about. Is all of a sudden all these machines from companies that don't have great track histories of network security. Hi, Eufy, which is a subsidiary, which is part of Anchor. All these companies are now putting computers in printers that have to connect to the internet and pull servers. Because remember, it's not the company you have to worry about, really. It's what happens if the company gets hacked and a nefarious third party gets access to their network. And what can they do that you have to worry about? So the fact that this machine, I can literally undo one M3 screw and pull out the Wi-Fi module and throw it in the garbage and not plug in an Ethernet cable, and this machine is entirely air-gapped, is a huge boon. And companies will buy this machine just for that. Because okay, I keep saying it, even the Bamboo machine, yeah, it doesn't have Ethernet. You cannot hardware disable the Wi-Fi on that machine. You can disable it in software, but you cannot hardware disable Wi-Fi. And that is not enough for a lot of companies. Now here's the thing, not everyone cares. To be honest, right now that Bamboo is connected to the network. It is not in LAN only mode, it is fully connected to the network. Xi Jinping can see everything I do on that machine. It is what it is. I did that because I had to update the firmware and I haven't taken it offline, I've been too lazy. Now, do I have the Handy app installed on my phone? No. I specifically have a burner phone. I have an Android phone that I don't have anything on at all, specifically to test apps for these printers and whatnot. Because I won't put that on my normal phone. I just don't trust it. Again, it's not, I don't trust the company, I don't trust their network security. So. Anyone tried to unplug, cut the Wi-Fi? You can't, it's part of the controller board. Maybe these are special. I am in Canada, maybe Prusa sends special gummies. Thing is, well, here's the thing. Yes, I know Google has all the information about me. They already do. There's no point in trying to hide that at that point. Plus, at least they're in a realm, how do I word this? At least those companies operate in a jurisdiction that I am also part of, and there is, technically some accountability there. As little as it may be, tinfoil hat, but there, it still is that. Do you trust Google? Nope, I don't trust any company. All companies are strictly, for any publicly traded company is required by law to be, the only thing to care about is profit and investor return. That is the only thing for profit publicly traded companies are for. But I live with it because I use their services, and as part of using their services, the price of what you pay is your information. It is what it is. I mean, hi, I'm a YouTuber. My job, me paying my mortgage depends on Google. So I'm not gonna bite the hand that feeds me technically. Prusa has Link and Connect. Yeah, Prusa Connect, or what is it? Prusa Connect is on the cloud. Prusa Link, which is what I'm using here, is through your internal LAN. Maximize shareholder return. Exactly. They don't care about you. Oh, I'm looking for it. Okay, I gotta stop going down this thing because I've got to save this for Grant's stream. Today is Prusa Day. It's Prusa Day on a Friday, and it's printing. Okay, so I got to download these parts. Who's got a link to all the parts I need to download for this thing? There we go. Found it. So, by the way, the shoot, where is it? Why won't Discord give me people's names? So anyways, the VZBot kit, by the way, is from Print 3D shop. So this is the kit we're building right here. And it is the brushed aluminum kit with air cooling. So this is the kit we are building starting on Tuesday. And I gotta download this. Serious question, do you consider Mark IV a worthy successor to the Mark III? I do, because here's the thing. What else would it be? This is the Mark IV of the i3 platform. I personally, between me and you, I would have liked to see a camera. At today's day and age, it is nice it does have Wi-Fi connectivity, the ability to control this printer, monitor this printer over Wi-Fi. It would be nice if this had a camera. Now, I would have literally taken an ESP32 camera, like 1 FPS. I really don't give a shit about frame rate on a camera. I'm not a YouTuber who makes content of just what my printer does. I build printers. I just want to make sure, am I making spaghetti? Yes, no. I would have loved to see a camera on this. Rails for a machine this size, maybe Y rails for the bed, but it's not a huge deal on a machine this size, okay? And also, why are they still using 2130s? Obviously the 2130s work, but I don't know why they didn't upgrade to 2209s. I don't know why they stuck with 2130s. I could nitpick a bunch of stuff. It'd be kind of cool if these Z motors were independent, so you could do gantry ramming, but ramming it to the top and then just doing the bed mesh works just fine. So it's like, This machine is kind of at the size where a lot of the cool stuff really doesn't make sense cost-wise. Crash detection, I don't have crash detection on any of my printers. It's never been an issue. Same with like filament runout. This has filament runout, which is nice. I really like the upgraded tool head. It's a bed flinger. Like, a lot of people are like, it's got to be a Core XY. No, you dummy. It's the next iteration of the i3 platform. This is why I keep telling Joe, build an XI. Take the printer you got in your print farm, the AFS, take those individual printers and make it its own thing that sits between this and the XL. Because the XL is friggin' huge and is kind of expensive for what especially the single tool head version. Makes no sense for the single tool head. The 2 and 5 head start making more sense. The single tool head version of the XL is way too expensive in my opinion for what it is. So you make a machine that's bigger than this, but smaller than that, and designed more to sit in that range so you can cost optimize it more. So it make it a little bit more than this, but more capability because it's a Core XY and you can enclose it and whatnot. Yeah, I wish they did that. There needs to be a machine that exists between this and the XL. because they already got the Prusa Mini on the line, which, oh, that thing needs updates. The Prusa Mini is getting a little long in the tooth. So, yeah. So yeah. Yeah, Joel's going live on his channel. I'm gonna bump you guys. Don't worry, if you want to watch Joel's stream, just stay here. I'm gonna end the stream just after 1, and I'll boot you all over to Joel's stream. 3D nozzle camo. I got that in the VZ bot. It's cool. The nozzle camo is cool, but here's the thing: you can't use it to actually monitor or print. It's way too close of an angle. All you can see is what the nozzle is spitting out. You can't actually watch a print with that camera. It's cool, but it's very, you know, niche-y. Prusa Mini Plus. Yeah, it's just the Mini with a few small upgrades. It's like the S or it's like the Mark III S Plus. Anyone wanting linear rails over linear axes? Rails are better in my opinion than rods. They're easier to mount to. They allow for a more compact package, and you could support them mid-span. The thing is, at this size, it's like the Z, it makes no sense to go rails, right? It's vertical. The weight of this tool head over this span with 2 rods isn't going to cause these rods to droop. Now, if this was a 300mm plus span, like printer span, this is what, 250? So if you were getting beyond 300, a good example on Vorons, the original Vorons, the V1s and the V1.5s, people built larger ones. I built a 300 V1.5. It had 8mm rods. There was a measurable dip in the middle of the rod from the weight of the tool head. It would just bow because you can't support it mid-span. Have I played with Huforge yet? I have not played with Huforge yet. The Mark III changed to Core XY when it be Mark III. Well, the Mark III is an i3 platform. Now, if you notice, they dropped the name. Now this, like, here, let me pull it up here. So Prusa kind of did what Voron's doing, is they're renaming stuff. It's now just the Mark IV. It used to be the i3 Mark III, you know, original Prusa i3 Mark III. But now, it's just Prusa Mark IV. They dropped the i3 name from the thing. Do they even say i3 anymore? Yeah, they don't even say i3 anywhere in the store page for it, except for comparing it to the i3 Mark III. So yeah, they dropped the name i3 from the line. This is just the Mark IV. So, did the i3 iteration 3? Iteration 3. That's what the i3 stands for. But then it kind of became bastardized, and I'm gonna blame YouTubers for a lot of this, because a lot of YouTubers call anything that's a bed flinger an i3 clone when it's not. A moving bed motion system is decades old, okay? It is way older than that. So a lot of people, like, I blame YouTubers for this, because there's a lot of 3D printer YouTubers that call anything that's a bed flinger an i3 clone, which is not true. So you had the Mendel, then you had the Prusa Mendel, which was, I think, Prusa's variant of the Mendel. And then they came out with the Prusa Mendel iteration 2, and then the Prusa Mendel iteration 3, which became the Prusa i3. So, yeah. So there you go. So, not much has changed. A lot has changed, but not much has changed. So. So Prusa took the original Mendel and basically, one second here, close that history. Took the original Mendel, made a variant of it, developed that variant, and that variant became the i3 platform. So, where'd I close it? Oh, there we go, Prusa Link, there we go. Was an ANET A8 was an i3 clone. I'm not saying there weren't clones. I'm just saying some people call like an Ender 3 an i3 clone when it's not. It uses the same motion system, but there is, you know, for me to call something a clone, there at least needs to be a visual attempt at mimicry or a parts attempt at mimicry. So a lot of people call the Dragon a mosquito clone. I don't, it uses the same style of design, but it's not a clone. They look completely different. They're not clones. I personally don't think, but they use the same patented design feature, but that's a feature. That's not, you know, one-to-one clone. So an Ender 3 is not an i3 clone. It's a completely different machine that uses a moving bed. Well, they're a CNC machine. This is nothing new. Having a bed move in the Y, having a tool head move in the X, and then raise in the Z is not anything new to 3D printing. This motion platform has existed for decades. So, all 3D, yeah. A 3D printer is a budget bin CNC machine with a glorified hot glue gun on it, splooging molten plastic. And people take these way too seriously. A Saval a Saval SV06 is closer to an i3 clone than an Ender. But here's the thing. The i3, the Mark III, is an open source design. How can you clone something if you're given the plans? You're not cloning it. You literally are building an alternatively manufactured variant. Have you tried the Elegoo Mars Mate Purifier? It's supposed to remove 90. I don't know if it's the Mate. I have this. So I've got a Mars 4 here. And I've got this thingy on it that came with it. And this actually works pretty good, I will say. If I can plug it back in its hole. And that printer is actually pretty good. Again, I printed everything for the Blade Runner blaster I'm building on it. The only downside is I used like the resin that came with it and some other generic like ABS-like resin. And I'm having a lot of issues with like, you can see right there, like part cracking, where there's a lot of thin parts that just, I had to drill up. So this is a punished prop model, which really nice detail, but the fact that the holes are oversized and undersized is upsettingly annoying. Pretty much every hole in here that a screw needs to go through, and like just clearance, isn't sized for clearance. You have to drill it out. And then there's no threads modeled into anything, which if you design in Fusion, you can add threads easily. There's no threads in this. So you have to basically open up every hole with a drill, which with the resin cracks it. And then you got to tap all the holes. And the thing is too, a lot of these holes that you have to tap are blind holes. Even though they don't have to be blind holes. They're blind holes, which means as you're tapping, if you bottom out that tap and turn it anymore, you don't cut new threads. You just destroy the threads you've already cut. And it's gone. The part's dead. Like you got to reprint it because you've ripped the threads out. When you tap metal, you can feel it when you bottom out. With resin, you kind of don't. So there's some things I wish I had the CAD for this so I could change a few things. But I only have STLs, and working with STLs is a pain. Yeah. Clearance for holes in resin. You can design clearance for holes in resin. You just gotta oversize them. If it's a hole for a 3 mil screw, why is the hole 2.5 mil? Make it 3.2. It's clearance, Clarence. Do I plan on getting MMU3? At this time, I do not. If one were to mysteriously show up, I would have no problem using it. The thing is, I don't really do multicolor prints. I've got the AMS on my Bamboo. That is literally half the reason I use the Bamboo as much as I do, is I think the AMS system on it is honestly probably the best commercial off-the-shelf multicolor system for 3D printing. Not multi-material, it's single nozzle, too many downsides. But for multicolor, it's probably the best system out there. And I only need the one. I don't really do multicolor until you play with UForge. That's the thing, like even with UForge, I'd print a few things, show it off, and then that would be it. I don't run an Etsy store or anything. I've got enough random prints clogging up shelves in my house as is. Can I share a link? No, YouTube doesn't allow you to share links. If you want to share links, join the Discord, share a link in there. You need 2 nozzles to do different color. Yeah, like that's why a lot of people try to compare the XL to the Bamboo with the AMS when they're completely different beasts. Now, if Bamboo comes out with a tool changer system, then yes, you can compare that. But a tool changer machine that's like you're comparing a Honda Civic to an F-150. Yeah, they both do the same thing, but one could do a lot more than the other. Like there's, you know, a tool changer is a completely different beast than an MMU setup. So yeah, how's the noise level? Quiet, very quiet. Probably the quietest printer in here, except for maybe the V0 and the Rook. Although the fans on the Rook are pretty loud. Like here, you want quiet. Let me. Where's my mic? Okay. Filters, noise suppression off, compressor off, and mute the music. I don't know about you, that's pretty quiet. Versus, so yesterday, after the stream ended, I went to my mom's house, okay? My mom has a pool, it's really hot out. So I took the little guy to my mom's house for swimming, okay? Before I left, I printed some parts on I started up a print on the Bamboo, okay? I came home, and that print was still printing. I got out of my car in the driveway with my garage door closed, and I could hear the Bamboo. I thought moving this to the garage would be a good idea. No, I still hear it in the house. It is ungodly how loud the Bamboo is when it resonates. It is literally the loudest printer I own. Like, I have a feeling the Polymaker will be quieter. Like, again, they didn't bother putting drivers in it. They have H-bridge steppers. They literally did the budget bin mechanical H-bridge method of moving a driver instead of putting, you know, spending the money to put TMCs or anything. No, they just got brute force, you know, ugga dugga caveman moving the drivers or moving the steppers around. What is it with the Cheaty? Cheaty's too big to fit up there. I honestly don't even know what I'm going to do with that Cheaty. I've printed a few things on it. It prints fine. It's an enclosed high-speed Core XY. You give it a good profile, it'll print fine. Yeah, it prints fine, but it's huge. And I don't even have the X Max. I have the X Smart. I mean, it's huge. It prints fine though. What about the first Cheaty, the X Smart? I have it right here, actually. Right there. I use it sometimes, not often, but I do use it. So the Mars Mate Purifier. So somebody was asking about this. What is this, like a room? Maybe. I don't know how well this would actually work. This is something I would not be able to speak on if this actually like purifies the air in your room to any degree that is measurable. I wouldn't be able to comment on that, unfortunately. So let me see here. Okay, so open that folder, extract all. Noise difference between my old Wayne Howe i3 and my Ender 3 V2. The opposite way to loudest print. Here's the thing, CNC machines are loud. The faster a CNC machine goes, the louder it is usually. Especially when they're budget ones, which, hey, 3D printers, we build them cheap because you all want cheap shit. So yeah, high speed budget machines are gonna be loud, especially when you enclose them. They resonate a lot. Okay, so let's see here. Downloads, BCBot. Assemblies and STLs. Okay, 1 second here. Okay, so what file is all these stupid STLs in? Okay. So assembly bomb mellow kit STLs, there we go, okay. All STLs. There's nothing in here. What the heck? Oh, it's a zip file, I gotta unzip it. Extract all. There we go, okay. There we go, okay. Alright, so I need 4 of these. 4. 2 of these. Oh, that's a single piece, there we go. Set adjustment knobs. 1, 2, 3, 4, cool. Enclosure, frame. Okay, yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. Print all these, yeah, this shouldn't be too bad. Oh, I'm assuming, okay. What am I gonna use the accent color? I'm using purple. I might do silver, purple and silver, because the frame's silver. So I'm gonna use the dark silver, I think. So purple will be the main color. But yeah, that's not bad. And right now, it is currently 29 in the garage. So we're at prime ABS printing temperatures in here. You don't keep all your STLs in a download folder? I do. White? I don't have any white ABS, I don't think. I have natural, but that's like off-white. Purple and yellow, make it a Lakers. I don't watch the basketballs, so I don't know. For the new printer to work. Oh yeah, this is going right into production. Like literally, as soon as the stream ends, I'm gonna go inside because it's hot out here. I need to cool off. But I'm gonna come back out here, clear a space off on this shelf, or actually, I need to put it somewhere. Oh, you know what? I'm gonna put it on the shelf here. Make a little enclosure for it on the shelf. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll put its own little enclosure there, and then. Actually, shit, will this fit on that shelf? I don't know if that'll fit. But, how much I got? 23 inches? I don't think it'll fit. It'll kind of fit. Either way, this is gonna go right to work printing parts. I was gonna put it on here, but I need this for tomorrow when I'm building the Ultimaker. Any news on the Prusa XL? We'll see. We'll see. Unfortunately, the XL, especially now that the government needs more money from me, is going to be, unless Prusa wants to sponsor that build, it's going to be out of my budget to purchase one. Because even this, I'll be honest, I think I might have broke even on this build series. Because between this and the Polymaker, which I also bought, people ask why, am I going to build this printer? Am I going to build this printer? Unless the printers show up, it's pretty much a guaranteed loss for me. Because especially the cost, like if I had to buy the VZ bot, it wasn't happening. Yes, I paid my mortgage with this channel, but if I was buying every printer I was building, I wouldn't be paying my mortgage with this channel, put it that way. For white ABS, is it that bad? You can get good white ABS, it's just a pain, and it's just not worth it. There you go. Hey look, it's an Euro cube. Now, how good is that Nero cube? Well, if you need a comparison, here it is next to one printed on a Tico. That's completely blown out and you can't see. There you go. As you can see, this can actually do overhangs, unlike a Tico. Yeah. I don't know. It's a cube. It's fine. Oh my God! News at 11. A Prusa prints fine. Okay, so I need to set this up somewhere where I can print enclose. So let's take a look here. So this is the advantage of having the camera on a gimbal. I can do this. Ready? Ready? Whoop. Cool. Let's make some room. Okay. So I need this shelf. So you are gonna live on here. So let me unload this filament. Print finished. Home. Filament. Unload filament. There we go. Put it in a Voron. I've tried. A Prusa won't fit in any of my Vorons, unfortunately. I would love if I could just put the Prusa in a Voron and that would be enclosed. But unfortunately, that's not something I can do. So what I am going to do is put it on this shelf here. You can all go there. So you go there. I've already taken a chunk out of my wall here, which is great. Okay, resin printer, you slide over here. Go over here. Big jug of isopropyl alcohol for when I get thirsty later. You come unplug. You can stay plugged in. Actually, you can go unplug. I don't think I'm gonna be doing any resin printing next little bit. That works. That ain't going anywhere. So put it here, and then I'll put a box over it. Okay. You're unloaded. Because I need it, I would just put it right here on this shelf. But the problem is I need that shelf clear for tomorrow for the build, because I'm going to be putting all the components that I need to build it on this shelf. So slide you all the way to the back. So you're gonna go here. You're gonna plug in here. You're gonna power on. So there is gonna be a little bit of an overhang here, but luckily it is on the bench, so we're okay. Let me get some of that Urple. Do not open from this side. Okay. How long does it take 5 liters of IPA? A lot. Don't open that door. This door doesn't get opened too often, honestly. Oh, you don't even need to push the button. Oh, that's cool. You just shove filament into it when it's empty and it's like, oh, hey, loading filament. How hot is it? ABS. Go. Okay, load the filament. Do your thing. It's what you want to do. Okay, so I need to craft. We need to do some arts and crafts because I need to enclose that somehow. Now here's the thing, you don't actually need to enclose a printer as much as you think you do. I'm doing it in the corner here, so I'm hoping I can just put something here, something over, and then hang a garbage bag in the front. So let's see what we got. What do we got? How big are you? Are you too big? Oh, here we go, perfect. There we go. Got a sheet of coroplast. I've got a piece of plywood. Here we go. So this will go here. Yeah, that'll work. Boom. And then put a piece of coroplast on top. Easy peasy. Okay. Easy peasy. Is that the right color? Yes. One thing I don't like is it stays hot. Cool down. There you go. There we go. For the Prusa LED, clear the door when it opens. I just won't open the door. I got this for up top. Actually, I got more of this. I'll just go get more of this coroplast because I got more of it downstairs. There we go. That, put something over top, and then a garbage bag in the front. Easy peasy. And if that falls over, it falls over. Actually, I could just lean it over like this. There we go. Prusa of the corner, tell me your secrets. ABS printing isn't as scary as some people think. There we go. Cool. Okay, 1 o'clock. We got to end this stream. So yeah, I'll do this so you guys can actually see the Prusa. Oh, hey, look, it's Prusa. So yeah, that was a fun stream. Nice, easy Friday stream. We got the Prusa printing. It works. And now I'm literally going to put it to work printing VZBot parts. No rest, right to work. Toil away in the PLA mines. The printers yearn for the mines. I like the black parts. I went with all blacked out because everyone else does an orange Prusa and I want it to be different. I want it to be special. Yep, okay. So every stream we give away a spool of filament, and if you didn't get your chance to enter to win, you have until I finish eating this one gummy. And then we're gonna do the draw. Link in the description. That's not PLA, that's ABS. It is Polymaker Galaxy Polylite ABS. Put in a tall boy. I don't think it'll fit in tall boy. I'm gonna actually get my ruler and check. I don't think it'll fit in tall boy. If it does, tall boy's coming out here. But I don't think it'll fit on tall boy. No, that won't fit in tall boy. I tried it. I tried putting in one of my borons earlier and it didn't fit. All right. So there we go. So if you didn't enter, you'll have another chance tomorrow night. And tomorrow is the fun stream. I've been looking forward to this bill for years. I have down there, and I'll pick the box up after I copy all these names here, an Polymaker original. And by original, I mean laser cut wood frame, 8-bit board with an Arduino Mega strap to it, like not even a heated bed. We have a 1/2-inch thick piece of acrylic as our bed. It is old, and we are going to be building that. So let me get that up here right now. So this is tomorrow. Remember, imagine it, make it. Polymaker. So this is tomorrow, and I can't wait. So tomorrow night, 8 p.m. is when we're starting. The reason it's the Saturday stream is because I've got a feeling this is going to be a very fun build. So there may be involved. See how it goes. So this was 4 parts to build a Mark IV. So give me a number between 4 and 8. I need a number between 4 and 8. 4 and 8. Brian, you're way off. 5. I can work with 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. Round and round she goes. Where she stops, there we go. And the winner will get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament from Polymaker. Ooh, DaVinci 10. Pull up your information here. FB, there you go. Okay, cool. So you're gonna get an email from me after the stream ends with information on how to collect your filament. So don't go away though. Do not go away. Do not leave yet. We got more. 1 second here. 1 second here. If I can find it. Where is it? 1 second. Customization. Redirect add. Search for other videos. Aha, there it is. Okay, cool. There we go. So, a couple things. Again, this tomorrow, if you want to see, if you don't want to wait for tomorrow, I will give you a little teaser of, look at that wood. Rich mahogany. So that is tomorrow. Sunday, I will be on a stream with Grant. And right now it's Joel's birthday. So I'm hoping this works. Yeah, I'm hoping this works. Yeah. You're all gonna be redirected. So when I end the stream, I'm just gonna cold cut end, like a cold cut sandwich. We're just gonna end the stream and you're gonna get kicked to Joel's stream. Now, it's Joel's birthday, okay? So when you pop into Joel's stream, he's unboxing a Prusa XL right now. Make sure you wish him a happy birthday. Yes, we're rating Joel, okay? So I've got 300 of you here, and when I end this stream, you're all gonna be kicked over to Joel's stream and you're all gonna wish him a happy birthday. So I think I have it all set up there. Let me pull up Joel's stream here. So yeah, so again, this stream, big support from you guys because this kit, or not this, well, this one and the Prusa Mk4, I had to purchase for these series. So I would not be able to do the things I do, create the content I create without your continued support. You make it all possible. So for those that donate to the channel, gifted memberships to others, or became members of the channel yourself, I thank you. You make this all possible. And shout out to Polymaker for the spool filament we gave away this stream. Link for them and more in the video description. Affiliate links don't cost you anything extra. Go a long way in supporting the channel. So it's Friday. Be safe out there. Make sure you wish Joel a happy birthday when he kicked out over there. And I will see you tomorrow for a time warp where we build an Polymaker original. So goodbye. And off you go.